Have you ever wondered where the most dangerous places in the United States are? Crime and safety are concerns we all share, and while some cities are known for their beauty, culture, or history, others have gained a reputation for being dangerous due to high crime rates. From violent crimes like homicides and assaults to property crimes like robbery and burglary, certain cities face significant challenges when it comes to keeping their residents safe. Here are the 15 most dangerous cities in the United States. One, St. Louis, Missouri. Kicking off our list is St. Louis, Missouri. For years, St. Louis has consistently been one of the most dangerous cities in the country. What makes it so hazardous? The violent crime rate here is shocking, with homicides at the forefront. In 2023, St. Louis had a murder rate of around 69 murders per 100,000 people, one of the highest in the world. The issues fueling this violence range from gang activity to poverty, with certain neighborhoods being far more dangerous than others. Residents often report feeling unsafe, and unfortunately, crime has deeply impacted the community's quality of life. Two, Detroit, Michigan. Next up, we have Detroit, Michigan. Detroit is a city known for its historical significance, particularly as the birthplace of Motown and the Motor City's industrial rise. But alongside that legacy is a troubling reality of high crime. Once the poster child of American prosperity, the city has struggled with economic collapse, leading to a surge in crime. Detroit's violent crime rates, especially when it comes to homicides, assaults, and robberies, are far above the national average. Abandoned homes and rundown areas are hotspots for criminal activity, and the local police force is often stretched thin, making it difficult to control the escalating violence. Three, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland, often called Charm City, is unfortunately far from charming when it comes to crime. The city has one of the highest murder rates in the nation, largely driven by drug-related violence and gang rivalries. In fact, Baltimore's problems with crime became so notorious that they were portrayed in the famous TV series The Wire. Carjackings, robberies, and violent assaults are common, with certain neighborhoods being notorious for being especially unsafe. Despite efforts to clean up the streets, the problems persist, and residents often feel like they are stuck in a cycle of violence. Four, Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee is famous for its music and food, but it's also making headlines for something far less glamorous: crime. Memphis regularly ranks high for violent crimes, with murder, aggravated assault, and robbery leading the way. The city's poverty rate is a significant factor contributing to the crime problem. Some neighborhoods are plagued by gang violence, while economic hardship pushes many into criminal activity. Even with the city's cultural riches, it struggles to shed its reputation as one of the most dangerous places in the United States. 5. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans, Louisiana, the Big Easy. It's a city known for its rich culture, music, and, of course, Mardi Gras. But beneath the lively festivals and vibrant nightlife, there's a darker side. New Orleans has one of the highest murder rates in the country, and violent crimes such as armed robbery and assault are all too common. Part of this stems from the city's long-standing issues with poverty and corruption. Many areas outside of the tourist-friendly French Quarter can be extremely dangerous, and locals often feel the pressure of living in such a violent environment. Six, Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. While Chicago is home to some of the most famous landmarks and cultural institutions in the U.S., it has also developed a reputation for its alarming gun violence. With homicides regularly making headlines, particularly in certain South and West Side neighborhoods, Chicago struggles with gang violence and shootings. In 2022, the city recorded over 600 homicides. Though it's not the most dangerous city overall, the sheer volume of violent incidents and shootings makes it a hotbed for crime. It's important to note that the danger varies drastically depending on which part of the city you're in. Seven, Birmingham, Alabama. Moving down to the deep south, we arrive at Birmingham, Alabama. Once a booming industrial hub, Birmingham is now grappling with high levels of crime, particularly in terms of violent assaults and murders. Economic struggles, along with a long history of racial tensions, have contributed to the city's dangerous reputation. Birmingham's crime rate is well above the national average, with certain neighborhoods seeing alarming rates of homicides and robberies. The city is making efforts to rebuild its image, but crime remains a significant challenge. Eight, Oakland, California. On the West Coast, Oakland, California has become infamous for its violent crime rate. Located just across the bay from San Francisco, Oakland has long struggled with gang activity, robberies, and drug-related violence. Despite the city's rich cultural history and efforts at revitalization, Oakland faces a tough battle with crime. Many residents report feeling unsafe, particularly in certain areas where shootings and assaults occur regularly. Oakland's police force has worked to combat the crime problem, but the city's socioeconomic issues continue to drive criminal activity. Nine, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio, might be known for its sports teams and rock and roll history, but it's also notorious for violent crime. The city has one of the highest rates of gun violence in the country. Poverty and economic instability play a significant role in the crime epidemic, with certain areas seeing frequent shootings and robberies. Cleveland's east side is particularly dangerous, with residents often worried about becoming victims of violent crime. While the city has many redeeming qualities, its high crime rate remains a troubling issue. (10) Kansas City, Missouri. Another entry from Missouri, Kansas City, is a place where violent crime is rampant. The city is known for its high murder rate and frequent incidents of gun violence. Much of the crime in Kansas City is tied to drug activity and gang disputes, making certain neighborhoods dangerous. While Kansas City has a vibrant culture, great barbecue, and jazz history, the crime situation is a persistent concern for both residents and visitors alike. Police and local officials continue to work on solutions, but the city remains one of the more dangerous places in the U.S. (11) Stockton, California. Heading back to California, we find Stockton. This city has been struggling with crime for years, particularly in the form of violent incidents such as shootings and assaults. Stockton's economic struggles have contributed to its crime problem, with poverty, drug use, and gang activity being major issues. Even as the city works to improve its image, it remains one of the most dangerous cities in the state. Despite the challenges, Stockton is making strides toward recovery, but crime still casts a long shadow over the community. (12) Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In the Midwest, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, faces significant challenges when it comes to violent crime. Homicides, aggravated assaults, and robberies are unfortunately common in certain parts of the city. Much like other cities on this list, Milwaukee's crime issues are deeply tied to economic disparities and poverty. Certain neighborhoods experience a disproportionate amount of violence, which has created a sense of unease among residents. While Milwaukee has many wonderful aspects, its struggle with violent crime has earned it a spot on this list. 13) Indianapolis, Indiana. Next, we head to the Hoosier State with Indianapolis, Indiana. Over the past few years, violent crime in the city has spiked, with gun violence being a major concern. Gang activity and drug trafficking are often blamed for the increase in shootings and homicides. Despite Indianapolis's reputation as a hub for sports and culture, its crime rate is on the rise, making it one of the more dangerous cities in the U.S. Local authorities are working hard to bring crime under control, but the city's issues persist. (14) Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico, is known for its beautiful landscapes and vibrant culture, but it also has a serious crime problem. The city has one of the highest rates of violent crime and property crime in the nation, with issues like drug trafficking and gang activity playing a big role. Car thefts, assaults, and burglaries are frequent in Albuquerque, making it a dangerous place to live or visit. Despite its picturesque setting, the city's crime rates continue to be a major issue for residents and law enforcement alike. (15) Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Finally, we reach Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a city rich in history, but also grappling with high levels of crime. Known as the city of brotherly love, Philly is unfortunately no stranger to violent incidents, particularly shootings and armed robberies. Much of this crime is concentrated in certain neighborhoods where gang activity and poverty are prevalent. While Philadelphia boasts many wonderful attractions and a vibrant cultural scene, crime continues to be a significant problem, particularly in terms of gun violence. Thank you so much for watching. Were any of the cities on this list a surprise to you? Which places do you think are the most dangerous in the US? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more content like this.